All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off giving all glory, all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the bishops, all the brothers of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akims, the brothers, and the few Aquas, the sisters out here pushing this truth. 100% nothing but the truth through honesty and sincerity. This is the brother Yashar coming in from the camp, Children of the Light, with one more lesson. And we'll be going in today on the chapter 3 of Wisdom of Solomon. As you know, Yahweh Sharatazah, I'm able to continue to break down all 19 chapters of this book. You know, it's a lot of wisdom, man. It's a lot of knowledge. It's a lot of meat. So definitely, you know, something, you know, basically a project within the truth that I'm really looking forward to. You know, it's actually been pretty exhilarating, if you would, to just be able to get this understanding. You know, I started this video about a minute ago. No, I say about 5 minutes ago. But my phone kind of having a little issues, so I gotta keep it on the charger all the time, so it won't, cause it be restarting on me and shutting down. So, but definitely, man, without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. So it says, "But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken from misery." Right, because the souls of the righteous, you know, because over time, which we'll actually get into a few examples, but from over time, man, from the thousands of years that men have been on this earth, you know, the righteous have been killed. You know, not all, but there have been certain individuals amongst the elect that have been killed in this truth. You know, if you think of Cain and Abel, you know, Cain, which is representation of Esau, killed his brother, the Israelite Abel. You know, the 12 disciples, man, they were all in their own, you know, specific type of way. They all had to suffer, you know, crucial deaths. You know, beheadings. We see how they did Yahweh Shah on the cross. You know, they nailed him to the cross and made him drink that, what was it, like vinegar and gold. You know, so there's been, you know, a few individuals in this truth that, to the natural man, or to the 2/3 of these other nations, they'll see their death and they'll count it as miserable. But, you know, we know that once you're part of the elect, it don't matter how you go in this world, because your works do follow you. And we'll get that precept real quick. Revelation chapter 13. So like in Revelation 14 and 13. It says, "And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them." Right. So, man, no matter how you go in this truth, just know when you off this earthly world, count it as a blessing, because now you are a step closer to the kingdom. You know, you basically in the waiting line. You already put in the work. Now you just, you know, you filled out your application, you're done. Now you're just waiting on it to get approved. And hey, that's that next step to the kingdom. Or the kingdom after that is the next step. So verse 3, "And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace." Right, because once you die, you know, your soul goes right back to Yahweh, the Most High. And you at that stage of peace until the kingdom is to be established. Verse 4, "For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality." Right. And I want to get a precept on that real quick. Go to the book of 1 Samuel. Because it says, "Yet is our hope immortality." Because the average person, they just think, you know, motherfucker die and that's it. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand reincarnation. And they don't understand the whole scriptures. So them reading this and hearing this, they wouldn't know what was going on, but we get to understand this. I'll start at verse 6 and take it to 8. It says, well, I'll take it to 9. "The Lord killeth." What the hell? See, yeah, man, this phone weird. Anyways, it says, "The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifted up." Right? So, you know, every man got their lot based off what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua gives them. "He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory, which is heaven. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. Verse 9, he will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength shall no man prevail. Right, so it don't matter whether you get to see the end of Judgment Day and get to the kingdom, or whether you have to pass before that. At the end of the day, you are going to be made a pillar of the earth. All right, which means the foundation, because the new heaven is going to be upon the foundation of Yahweh Bashim, of Yahweh Shai, and the elect, which who will be joint heirs of the kingdom. And of course, we know Yahweh is the Most High. And let me see. Oh yeah, okay. And just to reference the precept in Revelations, because we understand that some of us will even have to be headed for righteousness' sake, because especially Trump, he already said it, that when he becomes president again, he gonna bring back draconian laws. And one thing he specifically said was he gonna bring back the guillotine, in which is a beheading device. So that goes right along with the scriptures, with prophecy. All right. So we'll continue back in Wisdom of Solomon. Let me see, let me find it real quick. At verse 4, it says, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. Right. For Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself. That's the whole part of being the chosen seed of Israel. But within Israel, there's another line of chosen people, which is the elect. As gold is tried, as gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. Right, because in all of these captivities we've ever been in, but specifically the one we in now, the American captivity, we go through hell, man, hell and hot water, man. And guess what? We have so many distractions, so many abominations and sinful, lustful things around us, that for you to be able to keep your head first in this truth, which we do through prayer and through fasting, and being subject to our brothers. But we go through so many things that, it really is truly a blessing to be able to keep your head first in this truth. All right. That's why Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai said that he has to prove us through that trial, through that gold, or through that fire. Through that fire, we're gonna come out as gold in the furnace. Verse 7, and in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. Now, the time of our visitation is gonna be Judgment Day, when Yahweh Shai and Michael the archangel, who will be second in command, and the rest of the thousands of 100,000s of chariots that the Lord has, which it talks about in the book of Psalms, that's the day of our visitation. Because that's also, not only is that Judgment Day for the 2/3 and the rest of these other nations, that's going to be the day of salvation for the elect, the 1/3. And when it says in the time of their visitation, they shall shine, which that refers back to 1 Corinthians, I believe chapter 14, when it says in the twinkling of an eye. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 14:32. Let me look at my book real quick. But when it says in a twinkling of an eye they shall be changed, that's because we're not gonna be able to enter in them chariots, which remember is heavenly, angelic. We're not gonna be able to enter in the chariots with these corruptible, sinful bodies. All right, even though we're of the elect, we still are subject to sin. The creature is subject to vanity, which is sin. So we're gonna have to be changed into them superhero-like bodies. So how you see a good example of that is when Thanos, the Avengers movie, they showed all the Avengers all coming together, lined up, finna kick Thanos and his army's ass. That's exactly what it's gonna be like. It's gonna be the elect all coming together, lined up, getting off that ship, the mothership, after we done been beamed up and transformed into them Superman bodies, and we gonna come right back down here and help the angels and Yahweh Shai whoop Esau and these other nations' ass, man, with their armies. That's going to be the great war. That's going to be the war to end all wars. All right. Now, real quick. Yeah, let me get that precept real quick. Because I looked, it wasn't 1 Corinthians 14:32. Here we go. Okay, 1 Corinthians 15:52. So it's close. It says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. That's how you know it's talking about Judgment Day, the 7 trumpets. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed, right? And remember, that's exactly what Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 is going on, is the dead that are dead in Yahushua is going to be raised up. In verse 53, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality, right? Because we're going to be in them immortal bodies. That's like Dragon Ball Z, Goku and Vegeta. They all wanted to find the Dragon Balls for the one thing, which is them immortal bodies. And just to, reference it back to the scriptures, it was 7 Dragon Balls. 7 means completion. So once they found them 7, that was the completion of their journey, their destiny. And now they got the reward. But that's going to be us in the kingdom. But let's see. Well, that's going to be us right before we get to the kingdom. Verse 8. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever and ever. Right. Now, us reigning forever and ever, that precept is in Daniel 7:18, because it tells you the saints shall possess the kingdom forever and ever, even forever and ever. Now, the precept on us, when it says they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, now let's go to Isaiah 14:1 and 2. It says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. So that's the elect, and set them in their own land. And the strangers are the Gentiles, referencing the book of Ezekiel. Okay. Let me give you that precept on real quick, because I'm not gonna go to that one. I'm gonna read from Isaiah, but the precept on who the strangers are, that precept is Ezekiel 37:13 to 14, and it says, and the strangers, the Gentiles, the 2/3, shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. So whatever camp telling you, specifically IUIC, that a lot of Israel is going to die, the 2/3 is going to be burned in hell forever, well, they don't understand scripture, they don't understand doctrine, because it clearly tells you that they should be joined with the elect. They're going to be coming out of our women, all right, and they're going to be our kids, because we're going to be the first fruits of the nation of Israel. But the point is in verse 2, and the people shall take them. See, it says the people, just like it said in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 verse 8. All right, the people are these other nations, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, right? Because they're gonna be doing all of our work. All right, they gonna be doing all of our work, and that makes me think of like like an example of, you look at certain different movies, when you see like kings and queens, they don't drive around and ride around and stuff like that. They have people that carry them, or they have people that they be on the back of the chariot, and they servants is the one that's, guiding the horses. You know what I'm saying? Or you even have different movies that'll show you have a king, he'll be laying like on a little pallet type, thing. And you have 4 people literally carrying him around. All right. So that's gonna be the type of time we're gonna be on in the kingdom, because we ain't gonna have to do no work. All the work is gonna be done for us by the people of the other nations. But it says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Right. So referring back to Wisdom of Solomon 3:8, when it says, they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and the Lord shall reign forever and ever. That's exactly what Isaiah 14:1 and 2 is clarifying. Verse 9, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. Right, we as friends of Yahushua for doing his works. That's why he called Abraham his friend. Verse 10, But the ungodly, which is the 2/3, shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected righteous and forsaken the Lord. Right? Because the 2/3, they want to do whatever they want to do in this world. They don't want to follow the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Now the precept on that, 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 3, it says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." Verse 4, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." Right, and that's exactly what we're seeing nowadays, because majority of Israel, the 2/3, do not believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Therefore, that's why they're getting hit with all the plagues and curses and abominations of this book. I was just looking, you had just a few examples. Of course, we finna go to war, so that's the sword. And then you have famine. America ain't seen that yet, but there will be famine upon a global and national scale in America. Jacob's trouble come. Death and destruction. We understand, police brutality amongst the black culture, black people. Also, I seen a video. It was a ride, like a carnival ride, and that motherfucker malfunctioned. All you seen just a motherfucker fly off and hit the ground hard, and you knew they was dead because it was no more moving. But them the type of things that our people have to go through, because that is the Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai chastising you and judging you because of your wickedness. All right. Verse 11. It says, "For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain, their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable." Right? Because no matter what you do in this world, if you don't have the truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, none of that is going to prosper. All right? And the precept of that is 2 chapters down, Wisdom of Solomon 5, chapter 5, verse 7 to 9. Okay, I'm just reading. I'll start at 6. "Therefore have we erred from the way of truth," right? "And the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it." Because how do they weary themselves? They try to save up as much money as they can to go buy this nice 6-figure house in the next 10 years. They try to go as hard as they can within the company they at to one day be the president of the company. It's going to take them 20, 30 years, but they ain't worried about it because they on this journey, this career path journey, where they want to go from high school and graduate college and earn a degree within the next 4 years, and then go shoot for they doctoral within the next 10 years. Once again, all that shit do not matter if you don't have the truth, because it's all going to be for naught. All right, because that shit is what's going to get you destroyed. Okay, verse 8. "What have pride profited us, or what good have the riches with our vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasteth by." Right. So the point is, all the riches that you got is not gonna profit you. That's why in the book of Ecclesiastes it say, "Riches now shall not profit thee in the day of calamity." And your day of calamity is gonna be Jacob's trouble. That's gonna be the beginning of your sorrows. Let's see, back in chapter 3, verse 12. It says, "Their wives are foolish and their children wicked." Right? We see that. All you got to do to see that, just go to your neighborhood grocery store, your neighborhood Walmart. You're gonna see all the adulterous, the unclean acts. You're gonna see all the little nappy head baby kids yelling, screaming, crying, "I want candy, I want this, I want that," snatching shit from their parents and shit, talking back. All the women dressed up as whores. So that's what that's talking about. All right. It says their offspring is cursed. Right. Exactly. That's exactly what we was talking about. All them kids, they got them spirits on them. They in them in these defiled ass households. Their parents, they be together 1 week and then they split. Then they come back together 3-4 months later and they split again. You know what I'm saying? They in these school systems that's purposely destroying their minds and giving them false information about the world and what goes on in the world. So man, everything about this world is corrupt, and it heavily falls on a child because a child only knows what you teach them. All right, they can't make the logical decisions of yeah, that's right or no, that's not right. Whatever they being fed, that's what they gonna digest. All right, that's what they gonna intake. It says their offspring is cursed. Wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled, which have not known the sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of souls. And that she is wisdom. Okay, this is not speaking physically. This is speaking spiritually. That's why I say, wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled. That's why the spirit, that's why the scriptures speaks on us being clean, not being drunken with unclean doctrine, or being sober, being vigilant, as in it speaks on in the book of First Peter. All right, because to go on, it says, oh yeah, she shall have fruit in the visitation of souls. So a precept on that is Proverbs. That's how we know wisdom is the she. Proverbs chapter 1. I'll take it down to 7. It says, the proverb of Solomon, who's the same one who wrote Wisdom of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment, equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and the man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation of the wise, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Okay, that's a good one, but that's not the precept I was looking for. Damn, that wasn't a precept I was looking for. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Nah, that's not it. Okay, here we go. I don't know why I had Proverbs 1, chapter 1. That's a good one too, though, but we go to the book of Proverbs chapter 9. So it says, wisdom hath builded her house. She hath hewn out her 7 pillars. Right. And remember the scriptures that said in Isaiah chapter 14 was that we shall be the pillars of the earth. All right. So that's why we need to get wisdom, because that's going to make us the elect through wisdom. Wisdom hath builded her house. She hath hewn out her 7 pillars. 7 is completion. She hath killed her beast. She hath mingled her wine. She hath also furnished her table. She hath sent forth her maidens. She crieth upon the highest places of the city. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wants of understanding, she saith to him, come eat of my bread and drink of the wine, which I have mingled. Forsake the foolish and live, and go in the way of understanding. Right. So that's all that interpretation is, or that's all symbolic of, everything is set. Everything is set. The table is set. The drinks is set. The food is set. The host of the servants have set everything up. Now all you have to do is just come to the dinner table. All right. That's why Yahweh Shah said, behold, I shall knock and see who shall, to paraphrase it in the book of Matthew, I will knock and see who will come to sup with me. All right. Because, man, once again, wisdom is what's going to get us through these perilous times. Verse 14, and blessed is the eunuch which with his hands have wrought no iniquity, nor imagined wicked things against Yahweh, for unto him shall be given the special gift of faith, and an inheritance in the temple of the Lord, more acceptable to his mind. Right. So that word eunuch, that's symbolic for a holy man. All right. Because eunuchs back then, they was found with no guile. Because we know eunuchs back then, they had to be castrated. They had their penises cut off. and their job was to guard the royal women. All right. So if you ain't got no man part, you ain't got no testosterone, you ain't thinking about being adulterous. You ain't thinking about being lustful. All right. So that was the physical Enoch, but now we spiritual Enochs because we ain't thinking about doing all these wicked acts. You know what I'm saying? Idolizing these false gods and all that. No, we hearkening to wisdom of this truth. Verse 15. It says, "For glorious is the fruit of good labors, and the root of wisdom shall never fail away." Right, because we go down 4 chapters, Wisdom of Solomon 7:24. It says, "For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and go through all things by reason of her pureness." Right. So once again, it don't matter what you do in this world, as long as you got this truth, that's the most important thing to have. That's why the elders keep telling us, hey, live a simple life, strive for the truth, and you shall inherit the kingdom, all right? Lean upon your Yahweh, man, because he's the only way. Verse 16, "As for the children of adulterers," back to the 2/3, "they shall not come to their perfection, and the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out." Right, because the 2/3, man, is going to have to be destroyed, man. That's prophecy. No other way around it. For their wicked deeds, they got to be rooted out. It says, "For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded." Right. That's why you can have like different celebrities live to 60, 70, 80. And as soon as they die, the people will mourn for a few days up to a week or so. The country, they all in loving remembrance of this person. But 6 months down the line, the world is still, the world is still moving. Ain't nobody even thinking about that celebrity. Ain't nobody even thinking about that person. That's why, for though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded. And their last age shall be without honor. That's why some celebrities, especially like a lot of rappers, they get like Julio Fulio, for an example. This was the same nigga 2-3 years ago. I remember watching his interviews. He talking about some, I know I'm an Israelite. Yeah, whoop whoop. Which he most likely a Levite, because he in Florida, which is a Levitical priest. But we see nowadays ain't no fucking Levitical priest, because they ass out here doing being priest of wickedness. But he's a great example, because that's why I say their last age shall be without honor. It don't matter if you knew you was an Israelite, nigga. Your ass died a horrible death on camera, killed in front of a hotel on your birthday, and guess what? You wasn't calling on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, so you died without honor. Didn't nobody care you was a famous rapper? You had how much money? Didn't nobody care it was your birthday? They don't care about you being a young man. They wanted you dead. And once again, it happened on camera. That's not an honorable death. Verse 18, "Or if they die quickly, they have no hope." Right? Just like him. He died quickly. He died in the blink of an eye. Bullets come fast, especially when they close range. "Neither comfort in the day of trial, for horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation." Right. So once again, man, I'm gonna bring out a precept on that, and I'll go ahead and end this lesson. Matthew chapter 16, verse 4. "A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left and departed." Right. Because this is the same type of people, type of time within these days, is a wicked and adulterous generation. And which is way worse than what it was in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's time, or Yahweh Shai's time when he was on the earth. Because, that's why the scriptures say wickedness has waxed, the people have waxed worse and worse. Especially because of these technology we have, we able to get into anything we want to do. They actually have different fucking dating sites like Ashley Madison. You can actually date or go on that website, and the only thing that's on there is specifically for women who looking to date outside of their marriage. So that's the type of shit that goes on in this world, man. That's why once again it says in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 verse 18, "For horrible is the end." Oh no, chapter 3. It says, "For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation." So with that, man, definitely hope you brothers and sisters out there watching was edified. I want to say shalom.